Because we're live.
And we are VWP. Welcome back. We just spoke last night, yesterday evening, depending. Obviously, we're all here. Once again, we're continuing from the discussion last night that um, can't really have rails when there aren't rails. As always, I'm Mox, and always my co-host, co-founder, Miss Ambrose Alley.
Hello, nurse.
I wish I could whistle right now. Never mind. And Metal Matt is on time again, so
I mean,
maybe.
they say my punts are pretty cheesy, but I think they're good.
Oh God
Oh,
damn! You just came off furlough, and now we're gonna have to rethink our decision and bring up the rear. Not feeling too well. That pun was not intentional, Mr. Adam Rice.
I eat too much, everybody. I'll be fine. I just have to either power through it or ignore me if it gets really silent on this end.
And please let it be the silent and not the my mic is live.
Oh, good.
Mute when you gotta mute. So how's everybody's day? Or how was
Doing
everybody's
pretty
day?
well. Just got home with a Bacon King.
Sad
Still a
burger.
sad burger. Yeah.
Sad burger is sad.
No, my car's not going to kill me, so I'm doing okay there.
And in honor of our friend DSM, I hate meetings.
Is that where you were today in the forum? Like, cause I'm reading through comment like you just once I got there, like you weren't anywhere around.
That's because I didn't get home till late, and then I never got back on. So
Oh well, but you were in meetings all day.
the first half of the day, yeah.
Nice. Are you getting a plan to? Never mind. That's going too far. Um, my
What we
day
doing
was
today?
what?
What are we going to do tomorrow, Brain? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world.
They're pinky in the brain.
If Adam would realize that he's pinky in the situation, it could possibly work. But he is so Ohioan, and he's got that paperweight of an Ohio State University degree behind him that he thinks he can be brain. It's
Narf.
just not gonna work.
Narf.
Whatever you say, Box Top.
Fuck off, paperweight.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we might as well dive right into the
Steaks and
medical.
paperweights.
Oh, come
I thought we called a truce on the box tops and made it beer tabs, but that's
on. For
or
some
both.
reason, it's so funny they're the other way around.
Yeah. Which is even more hilarious since I'm older than box tops. Like for
Yeah,
those that aren't getting the references, um, getting my opinion, getting a degree from Ohio State University and hanging it on your wall is basically a paperweight. And Rice thinks that I got through college with the cereal box tops.
he had to
So
collect them to let him get into school. And then once he got into school, the box top stopped being useful currency. Then he had to switch over to beer tabs, which is why he had to transfer from the University of Texas.
you motherfucker. That's too far. Foul. Foul on that play. Foul.
No, I believe that was a home run, sir.
You son of a bitch. You,
Right at a Minute Maid Park.
you, fuck you. I hope the Jersey Mike sub comes out just the way it went in. 'Cause
Oh, there's no doubt about that at this point, man.
you son of a bitch.
Do you want to talk about this pay-per-view?
No, I think more entertaining is us going back and forth about how we got through college. I did spend a semester stripping. I've admitted that. I did.
The problem is they weren't paying you in dollar bills, just in quarters and time to get off of the stage.
Sure.
I will give you $10 if you leave right now.
$10 is $10 when you're struggling.
But by
College
the
student.
way,
Oh, fuck! I can't stand you.
Robert,
Oh, honestly, like, please go away.
Talking about the wild card problem.
that's a different problem.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Moving right along.
I've already started the rab. I'm heading towards Ohio.
Okay, good to know. You'll be here in about 28 hours. All right.
Sir.
You make a wrong turn in
Gonna use
Albuquerque.
Matt used this pun already in the headquarters, so I can't use it. Damn it, the speedy pun.
Yeah. Things are just not working out.
It's not me, it's you.
Okay, guys, let's get back on track.
Okay, fine. So, some ground we're gonna stomp or something?
Yeah, we might as well start off with the pay-per-view that is coming your way this Sunday evening from Tacoma, Washington, WWE Stomping Ground at the Tacoma Dome. Currently, there is only 9 matches on the card. No pre-show match has been designated, although I'm sure that'll change between now and then. So we will start off our discussion with the match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the Earth Champions, versus Heavy Machinery. I don't know what the story is here, if there even is one. All I know is I don't see Heavy Machinery beating Bryan and Rowan. So I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan to retain the SmackDown Tag titles.
I'll go
Otis being
along
a
with that.
rock. Yeah, Otis being a Rocky Mountain Pro alum, or at least Rocky Mountain Pro Academy alum. At least they were on TV this week.
Small victory.
Small victory.
You don't see your last week.
I think they're a little bit more invested in whatever. They're obviously more invested in Bryan to this stage, and so it's one of those things where, yeah, you may neither tag championship is currently none of the tag championships are in great places. But of the three, Bryan and Rowan are the most out there because Daniel Bryan, of course, is so over. But I hope that they give Heavy Machinery a chance to show what they can really do in a high-profile match. Because when the lights are on, they do shine.
You know
Uh,
they probably won't though. Like that's
nope.
the most you're gonna get out of this is like an Otis being stakes
Otis.
and doing Otis great things and Brian being vegan and doing that's probably the most you're gonna get out of this match.
Yeah, probably. Allie, do you have a pick on this match?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brian and Ronan.
Same. Which is
Matt.
unfortunate.
Oh, Matt.
Yes.
He's eating his sad burger.
Brian and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery. Who do you got?
I think Heavy Machinery will win the titles at one point during this year. This won't be the time, but I think they will do something to kind of further this angle until maybe the next pair. So Brian and Rowan here.
I feel sorry for our YOLO Country Tag Champions. Uh,
Do you actually have, because I have the card pulled up.
yeah, I do.
Okay.
The next match we'll go to is the match I would probably pick. If there is a pre-show match, this will probably be it. Triple threat match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Champion Tony Nese will defend against Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak. Anybody want to lead it?
Yeah.
I think he's going to keep it. I don't think we're going to see really any belt changes at Stomping Ground because it's not that big of a pay-per-view.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Unfortunately, I see Nice retaining it. Tozawa and Gulak, either one, give them a run and let them do their thing would be far more beneficial because to me, Nice is kind of. I like him, but he's so bland.
Yeah.
His heel run, his face, he's just so not clicking for me.
Matt, go ahead. For the Cruiserweight title match, who do you have?
Tony Nese.
I am going to go ahead and walk out on the limb a bit.
With all that Jersey Mike's in your belly,
Yeah,
sir,
I know.
that's risking it.
I don't mean to disparage Tony Nese, who I think is a good worker. The problem is Tony Nese is as bland as dishwater.
Yes, that's. I didn't want to go that far with it, but that's basically what I was saying.
Man, Adam is just dishing out the punishment.
Oh, good grief. So moving on.
We know that Tony is good, yet kind of dry, bland, and Tozawa and Gulak have both shown they can bring personality to themselves and their character. That's why I'm going to go out on a limb and say actually Drew Gulak wins and becomes the new Cruiserweight champion.
Remember when, and yeah, they still put on fantastic matches, but 205 Live was talk of the town, and now, like, people, and yes, this does go back to Neville
it's still talk of the town, more like a ghost town.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, but you got to admit, right.
I still think 205 puts on a really good wrestling show. But
205, so now we're dealing with 20-pound people?
205 Live, you know what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, I still think they put on a good show. It's excuse me. It's just that they took the three big stars before they even had a plan. They took Buddy, they took Ali, and they took Cedric, and now the division feels meh.
Which makes sense on paper because and that's one of the I was referring to like a couple years ago when it started, and then you had the Enzo and Neville, and um, but then it picked up steam, and so you want those guys to go up, and you want to is recycle not recycle, but keep the momentum going with new people that you can eventually call up because 205 Live has basically become a main roster NXT now, and
Yeah,
it's falling kind of flat for me.
that 205 Live is a place where they could go send some guys that they aren't using just to get them work and get them over a bit. Um, I don't know why they haven't. I know why, but it just they haven't. Um,
I did actually
so
make a pick.
yeah, didn't you pick Tony Nese?
Yeah, just because.
Yeah, I have Gulak. You, the rest of you pick Nese, and we'll see what happens.
Watch us all
Uh,
be wrong.
what was that?
Watch us all be wrong.
Yep,
Yeah,
watch Tozawa walk away with it.
yeah. That's where you need to put your money, kids. Um, the
Betting is
next,
bad, kids.
Unless
only if you're bad at it.
unless it's a surefire thing.
Let it ride, children. Let it ride. Um, next we have a tag team match between the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, going one on one with KO, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn.
Wouldn't that be 2-on-2, sir?
It's a tag match.
Okay. So 2-2. Ohio State University graduate, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a tag match. I didn't say there was all three of the New Day.
It's a tag match is not 1-on-1. Anyway,
I
I'll
didn't say
go
it was
at
one on one either.
yeah,
Yeah,
rewind the footage, because you did.
you're a crazy
Anyway,
person.
yes, I am. Just to get through this, hopefully to God. Um, I think Kevin Owens and Zayn go over here. Um, because you still have Kofi as champion, and kind of leave. I see some kind of story coming out of this.
Yeah, I think whatever happens here will have an effect on maybe Kofi's next thing. So I'm going to pick Owens and Zayn too.
AA, who you got? Woods and Big E versus Owens and Zayn.
Owens and Zayn.
Matt,
New Day in
yes,
this
it
two
is.
on two
Tuesday.
tag
Yes, it
match.
is.
Any particular reason why you're going with New Day, Matt?
I don't know. They just kind of feel like the right team to win. I don't know. It's such a random match. I think it's just so
Yeah,
random.
it's
There's
a
also
random
that.
match on a random pay per view. Well, there isn't much there to discuss. Like you say, it's random. That they literally just made it. It feels like I think they made it just this week or within the last week. So it, it, there's not a lot here, but I do think it'll have something to do with Kofi going on down the road. Um,
Yeah,
the next match is a match for the WWE United States Championship. Champion Samoa Joe defends it against the new number one contender Ricochet.
I want to see it on Ricochet.
I think eventually it'll go on Ricochet, maybe SummerSlam. I don't think it happens here.
This has all the potential to be match of the night. All the potential.
Yeah.
It honestly does. Looking at the cards, like this has all the potential. Um, I somewhat agree with Matt. I want Ricochet to come away with it. I don't quite see it happening here. I see Ricochet getting fucking brutalized and coming back maybe SummerSlam and finally winning it there. Um, but this has all the writing on the wall to be match of the night.
I think this is the easiest pick for match of the night. Um, the thing with this, what keeps ringing in my ear is Joe had to come back to do the champion thing because Ray got hurt.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're going to want to have that belt back on the baby face going into SummerSlam in a couple months.
and I see what you're getting at, and I could also see that aspect, but I think they don't. I think they let the heel keep it until SummerSlam and let the baby face win it at SummerSlam instead of
I
vice versa.
I can see Joe. I can see two set. Really, I could see both scenarios. I know that really doesn't help decide where to go, but it'll depend on what the company wants in the near term and in the long term. If the company wants something good, a bit, something to go on in the near term, Ricochet will win the belt because people just want to continue to fall in love with his arsenal and his offense, and that's what they want.
And that's the
Yeah,
exact reason why I think he gets brutalized. Not brutalized like that, but like he pulls out every sliver, in his arsenal, in his bag, and comes up just short, just to give us that moment at SummerSlam of um, the little guy, the baby face, which Ricochet is pure baby face, can defeat King Kong, for lack of a better, being Samoa Joe.
And man, don't you hate just coming up short? I mean, doesn't it feel so? I mean, this pay per view is going to be pretty lengthy, and you just don't ever want to come up short. That's why I have to thank our sponsors, BlueChew.com. Go on there, order it. It will change your life for the better.
for point of reference, we are not sponsored by Blue Chew.
We are not. I wish we were, but we're not.
Matt just
Uh,
takes too many, and that's why we get the.
oh dear God. Uh,
Okay, let's just
I
go ahead and give
wanted
this
I
fuck fest
mean,
out of the way.
you left an opening for a box. That's all I'm saying.
Sir, I will never leave an opening for you. Ever. I don't care how much blue chew you have. No, sir.
no,
It's not
sir,
it's not
sir.
happening.
I'm going to go with. You know what? I think you're right. I will. They're going to want to pull the trigger on Ricochet here, but I think they will hold off and go to Samoa Joe, um, and let it build out through the summer.
Yeah. And we're not
Um,
that far from SummerSlam. We're already, almost to July. So it's not like we're extending this feud for 6 months. It's
Yeah, but we're
after
still
a good month
extending
and a
the
half.
feud to where they can't carry because they can't carry a feud out for more than a month.
Feels like it.
Ricochet and Samoa Joe can. I know what you're saying about WWE writing and creative and stuff. Like there's a possibility, but I could see Ricochet and Samoa Joe pulling it off to keep us interested until SummerSlam. Let's talk about the. And I know Rice is running down the card, but man, this match I can't be any more excited about. Like, oh my, edge of my seat.
You
Universal
know what makes you
Championship
really
match.
excited?
Oh God.
We'll get to that match. The next match I have on my list here is the steel cage match for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston defends against Dolph Ziggler. Kofi.
Why is this a steel cage match? There is no reason for this to be a steel cage match.
There isn't a good reason for a lot of the shit we're going to see on Sunday, but here we are.
What?
I'm going with Kofi.
Mox.
I swear to fuck, in the year of our Lord 2019, if they put the WWE Heavyweight Championship on Dolph fucking Ziggler, and it won't just be I'm thinking about quitting or I might unsubscribe. No, seriously, like no. Let's continue this one from last night. Consuelo, no.
I mean, I don't think you have to worry about that. I think Mr. Ziggles will lose here.
Oh God.
Ziggles or Piggles?
Ziggles.
Mr. Ziggles.
I'd rather see Kofi versus Piggles.
Sir.
Still no pickles. You failed again, SpongeBob loser pants.
Oh God.
Wait a minute. He was hiding the pickles under his tongue the whole time.
He's quoting the episode.
And there's pickles from last time, too. And that's my car keys. And I gotta run.
All right.
I think does it raise of hands amongst the other three of us. Raise your if you think Matt might be a robot.
I think it's a distinct possibility.
Don't worry, Arigato.
Oh Jesus! Yep. So that's a definite yes from me.
Yeah.
There's trigger words in his little transmitters and stuff that he just has to say. Matt's a robot. I don't even think Matt's a person. Like I just but Kofi wins.
Yeah.
I'm like Robert Williams and Bicentennial Man.
Son of a bitch.
I thought we agreed not to talk about that movie.
I've never seen it, so I would have no idea.
That's that's his calculated robot response where he's never seen it, but he knows what see. I'm telling you, Matt is a robot. Matt is not human.
The next match on the card I have listed here is a singles match for the WWE Universal Championship between Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin. We have yet to find out who the special guest referee is, so this one is a two-part question. Who do you think the referee will be, and who do you have winning?
Matt's trying to compute. Robot Matt's trying to compute.
I think Corbin should win because he is clearly the face in this feud.
Sir.
Regardless of how you feel about Seth Rollins, Baron Corbin has never been a face in his life.
Sir, sir, he is Tacoma's favorite son.
Yeah, right.
He's not he's not even Mrs. Corbin's favorite son.
But then this is getting out of control.
All right, I'm gonna pause for a minute.
I think Seth wins. I'm guessing Brock will be the special referee, and Seth avoids him once again.
Did you say Pac or Brock?
Brock.
Okay, it sounded like you said Pac, like Neville just shows back up.
He should.
He's too busy dodging that shitty company we'll talk about later. Yeah, Seth retains here. How good are we gonna do like Mariachi Brock with him being a special guest referee? Like he does he doesn't understand how Money in the Bank works. He doesn't understand how the contract works. Does he not understand how refereeing works?
The poor guy doesn't realize that Seth Rollins is a heel.
Who you got, AA? Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins for the
I got
Universal
Rollins.
Champion.
Got Rollins and the stomp.
I have, well, I think Brock.
But besides indigestion, what do you have, sir?
Well, that list is longer than you think. I have Brock obviously as the special guest referee. I think that's what this is building to. And then I think Rollins wins, but I think we're going to see Brock catch in here
And win.
and win.
You just got furloughed again.
I'm used to it.
This match, because there's so many disgusting outcomes that could come from it, like I don't even want to think about. Like it
Well, I think that in terms of the card,
No, I said specifically this match because
yeah,
they haven't announced. They said they were Monday and Tuesday, and we still don't know who the special guest referee is going to be. And this match just screams horror story. Like,
well, I think also one of the outcomes of this match will depend upon where Roman's match falls.
oh yeah, speaking of, everybody give their opinions on that match.
Yeah, we can move
Roman.
up to Roman.
No, the Universal Championship match. Everybody says Seth and Brock being guest referee.
Yeah, I think that's where it's leading. And Rollins, I think, is going to come out on top, but I think this is where Brock tries to catch in.
Have him lose it. Have him cash in and lose by a roll up or by some. Come up with some.
Becky Lynch interferes on behalf of Seth and beats Brock down, and Seth covers Brock for the pin.
I'm cool
No,
with
I
that.
think we should just keep from mentioning that relationship.
We're past that. WWE has done everything they can to make sure they can capitalize on the fact that those two are dating, that it's
Oh
actually
God,
official.
yeah. It feels so forced, and they're a legit couple.
You almost couldn't tell based on how the company pimps those two out the way they do. So, but that's another conversation for another time. So we all on Rollins at least winning this match,
Yeah.
Sure.
Allie.
Um, I'm up in the air on this one.
On Seth and Baron.
Yeah, I want Seth to retain, but I don't trust WWE.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't at this point, but we'll see. I mean, I there has to be a way to actually kind of reward Baron for actually kind of going out and doing his job week in and week out, getting people to hate him. But you don't reward him by giving him the Universal title, just to have him squashed by Brock. Because
Yeah. And this goes back to a couple matches ago. This is something like go take it to SummerSlam.
yeah, I
You
would like
don't
to see.
you don't do it here. Brockpool, a face like John Cena. I'm gonna cash in. I'm gonna cash in at SummerSlam. I want Seth and have that match there. Regardless, we'll get there when it's appropriate to get there to talk about who wins. But have B-Box Brock do it. I'm not cashing in yet, which leads us to Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre.
One of two things are happening. Either Roman's winning and what will be a glorified squash, or Shane McMahon interferes and Drew gets the win.
No, one of three things, sir, because the third thing is Dean Ambrose is coming back.
No,
Sir,
sir, you're going to have to live in a world where Shane McMahon is going to challenge for one of the top two titles in this company. Get your mind around it, because it's happening.
how's that paperweight treating you?
Hey, look, I hate to tell you, but that's where this is leading. Shane's going to challenge for the WWE or Universal Championship, and at this point, it's starting to feel like the WWE title.
Yep,
And the reason,
yeah, that's exactly where it's leading.
so either Roman just beats down Drew and gets his win, and they kind of move on from to whatever next they have planned. Because even if Roman wins, I don't see them moving away from this program with Shane at any point in time soon. Uh, or Shane is going to get involved to get Drew the victory, and they're going to continue this bullshit further. But Allie, Roman,
Lasai.
Lissai, yeah. Um, Roman and Drew, who do you got?
Roman,
God, I hope so. Matt, Roman, and Drew.
Roman.
Mox, do you
Rome,
want
Roman.
to?
But Roman with an asterisk by it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Hey,
So
unfortunately, we saved the last two matches are both the what the fuck WWE are you doing with the women's division matches?
at least you could say they're kind of interesting. Kind of.
What? Again, I've done enough poking fun of you. Um, you'd be never mind. Um, Lacey Evans versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship is not
Becky.
interesting at all. At
I
all.
would say it's somewhat interesting because it has the greatest women's champion, the greatest women's wrestler of all time in it.
I didn't know Miami Toyota was in it.
See.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, see, Adam played his trump card.
He's going to run for president.
Sir. You need to play card
I was
games a
going to go
little
further,
more.
but I'm going to try to keep this apolitical, non-political, if you will. But
This was, and it's not Becky's fault. Why is like
she
why?
is trying so hard to make this work, and she is light years ahead of Lacey Evans. She's going to infinity and beyond to try and save this feud.
We're
Yes.
sponsored by Toy Story 4 coming out June 20. What day?
Toys are back in town. See in theaters tomorrow night at midnight.
See.
It,
At least they might pay us. Bluetooth just gives Matt pills.
Starring John Wick as what's his name? Duke Kaboom. Yeah, that's it. Duke Kaboom.
So your wick was lit earlier, so we're good. Yeah, it was Lacey
If you want
Evans.
your wick to continue being lit, go to bluechew.com.
Why?
I literally watched the YouTube. I literally watched the YouTube where it has all the segues today.
It shows.
Yes, it does. We are in a position that justifiably I'd rather not be in. But
We don't need to know about your personal life, sir.
Oh, damn it, Matt beat me to it. Like so. So they're sending everybody but me the blue chew. Okay. But let's stay focused.
I figure it'd be wasted on your end.
Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. Not just
Becky.
the match, the feud. Like
Becky.
AA, who you got? AA's like, who the fuck is Lacey Evans? AA.
What?
Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship. Who you got?
Becky.
Good lass.
Sir.
I hope WWE doesn't think they're gonna get cheeky here.
Sir.
Not that, sir. Although
I guess what you're trying to say is that those two are about to join an exclusive club.
No. Although if they want me to join their club, I'll be more than happy to.
Can I just put myself in furlough for like a month or so?
No, you have to sit through this.
Shit.
I hope they don't outsmart themselves here. Becky,
they have to be smart first to outsmart themselves.
This is true. Becky has to hold on to that belt to at least SummerSlam before they even consider taking it off.
Why are we even doing this feud to begin with? Why Lacey Evans?
I don't know. Because she's blonde.
No, that can't be the go-to. I get the argument of blonde because that will be coming up later in the last match we're going to talk about. That can't be the the answer all.
No,
It
the
can't be.
answer is that she's very good at currying favor.
God,
Oh,
mother.
why?
I mean, she curries favor, but does she favor Curry?
Stop it now.
Oh, please, for the love. AA, I almost called you your shoot name. Um, um, here's 2 minutes. You have the floor. Just talk about anything to get my mind not where I want to punch somebody in the throat. So what do you want to?
I actually do have a legitimate answer for you. That's not that she's blonde. The reason why I think they have decided to run with Lacey Evans in this manner is because considering the rumors that whose pet project she is, and that's one Dana Warrior. And I
And
think,
that my mind exploded like like Dana fucking Warrior is writing your promos, helping you with your promo. The fuck?
yeah, what the fuck does Dana Warrior know about anything in the wrestling business outside of being married to a wrestler?
Nothing. Obviously. The fuck?
This isn't, and for those of you who might start
That,
yelling at me that
I
well,
don't mean to interrupt you real quick, but I'm going to, and I apologize. Um, we and I'm like shaking my fist in a circle, not a full fist, but I need it. Like Paul Heyman helped Ronda Rousey as much as I despise her. Paul Heyman was kind of in the same boat with Ronda Rousey. Put somebody like Paul with Lacey Evans. What the fuck business does Dana Warrior have anything to do with backstage creative, helping people with promos? What the fuck?
and before people start to jump to a comparison, well, this is just like Vicky Guerrero. No, it's
No,
not.
no, no,
Vicky
Because
did
the,
it.
Vicky.
It was also done by God, her name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember.
Do you remember married relationship, anything, and we can give you the wife's name or the girlfriend's name or anything like that?
Nope,
Okay,
but I remember seeing it.
but that's a great point. You cannot compare Vicky Guerrero backstage helping creative and promos to fucking Dana Warrior.
here's why it's different. Because Vicky was mainly in control of what she was doing. Dana is apparently in a position in the creative room, in the process. So she's not affecting just herself, she's affecting someone else's career.
Yes.
Dana does not know a how to cut a promo. Her husband didn't know how to cut a promo either. Can we please be real? Just
To be completely honest, his promos were so good because he was coked the fuck out of his head, and
yes.
he ran fucking with it. That's what made the Ultimate Warrior's promos so good. Is he was so high that he literally rambled, but he came and you felt it. But
It makes sense.
it
But
doesn't work in 2019.
no. So the fact that she's influencing what Dana Lacey is saying. Apparently, this whole gimmick is a rib or pretty much what Dana Warrior is like in real life. Which, if that's the case, please shoot me in the head because
Well, I'll do that any day of the week. But
I know you
yes, this is because even outside of the wrestling world, I've seen articles about Dana, and this is who she thinks. This is okay. I don't want to say things out of line. Um,
will. Yes, you do.
I do, but I don't because I don't like talking down too much. Um, Dana legitimately thinks um, that she is the Riveter just a couple of decades, Rosie the Riveter just a couple of decades like later. She honestly thinks, and she's not by
Dana
any.
if she honestly believes that about herself, I don't know what to say. Because someone who truly exhibits the strength in the Rosie the Riveter wouldn't stand by quietly as her husband says the things he said about the gay
Yes, well,
community.
you don't have to. Not just the gay community, about minorities. Like Jim Howell was a piece of shit, a human being. Let's just be honest.
And then
Who's
to turn around and I'm part of a gay pride photo shoot, wear his face
mask
paint as a pro LGBT
because
plus.
it's rainbow colored.
No, no, there's nothing about the Ultimate Warrior as a person who was pro LGBT. And as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing about Dana Warrior that says that either because
No,
she was silent that
and
entire time her
okay,
husband was spouting off the mouth. But to get
I
back to the wrestler,
just just a
yeah,
time out real quick because I do want to say something. Because this is kind of throwing Dana under the bus, and I honestly don't give a fuck. Um,
go back over that bitch. I don't give a fuck.
this is a money grab.
Yes.
That's what this is from Dana. Dana
Mhm.
doesn't give a fuck about anything else, but hey, WWE's paying me. I'll do this. I'll do that. That's what it's a money grab. Oh, here's a couple $100,000. Here's a you get your late husband's legacy contract, whatever. Like that's her. I could do a whole podcast of the reasons. There's three of them that stick out of my head. I'm not going to name the other two right now because we might actually do a podcast later on them. That
Yeah.
the women, and Vicky's not one of them. I'm sorry,
No.
Vicky is the exact opposite. Um,
Vicky has said some things in her personal life that I don't agree with, but
well,
that
true,
is nothing compared to to the Dana Warrior situation. But I
but
do want to see
I see the call of WWE to Dana Warrior. Hey, would here's some money. Would you like to? And this goes back to the Warrior Award. It
yes.
this goes what years a few years back. Hey, of course she's gonna say yes. That's the type of person she is.
And I understand that she has responsibilities to her daughters, and I'm not discounting that. She needs to, this is how she chooses to make an income. Once again, I'm not going to fault someone for taking the money that is being presented to them. But
Oh,
I don't
and
have to like the person on the other end of the paycheck. I don't.
yeah,
Um,
there's understanding the reason, and there's not liking the why.
Yes.
Does that make
But we
sense?
absolutely.
Okay.
That's what the situation is. But we do have to steer it back to the actual match.
Okay.
And one of the
Sorry.
things,
That shit pisses me off so much.
me too. Don't I'm in that boat. But the thing with Lacey all too is we can all see she's greener than goose shit. And
Goose shit is ashamed of how green Lacey Evans is. Like, quit comparing me to Lacey Evans.
She's
she
greener than the ring apron on Clash of the Champions.
Oh, son of a bitch. Matt wins. Just
yeah,
single handedly,
yeah,
one sentence, Matt wins.
yep, that's how that works. It
Okay, so
um
AA, Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, did you already give your pick?
yeah, she picked Becky.
Okay. Did she fall
Matt, I
asleep
know
on us?
you're yes, AA, are you still with us? Alex?
AA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure you're still with us.
Yeah, I'm still with
We
you.
So,
went,
I've
so,
given
we
you
went
my.
on
sorry I went on a tangent there, but that seldom I do. And I think since I suggested the title, this wasn't Mox's rant. I just happened to go on one because
yes.
it pisses me off so bad that I ranted about it. And I apologize for the rant and taking over. I think I talked about it more than we've actually talked about the card that we're still trying to continue for Stomping Grounds. So let's let's
I just
continue.
hope no Matt, I know you're in Becky's corner here. Um
Forever.
Mox, I know you're going with Becky. Um I'm gonna pick Becky here too. I just hope we're done with this. The
Yes.
thing that worries me
Yeah,
on the other side of this is that Charlotte Flair is waiting for Becky.
yeah.
And
This feud definitely needs to end at Stomping Grounds.
yes.
Don't
And can we please
parlay this into a false finish or a dusty finish and go all the way to SummerSlam. This has to end now.
it does. And can we please find an appropriate spot on the card for Lacey after this match? Preferably
Uh,
back in NXT, but I know that isn't gonna happen.
Catering?
Catering would be wonderful. Um
Fuck. I mean, you have. Uh, I started to do a Rat Squad rant, but I just ran it enough.
and
You
I
have
miss
Sarah
her.
Logan on Raw. Like,
Sarah, Sarah,
oh god.
no time is a good time for goodbyes.
I heard that on the radio today.
And the car that didn't kill you.
That's right.
And
Our
we're
last
grateful for that.
yes, absolutely. Our last match is probably when you look up and down the card, and I truly mean this, when you look at this card, the last match we're about to talk about has the most storyline intrigue of all of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to disagree with that. I think this one I am least interested in out of all of them.
Okay. Well. Oh, sorry. It's storming here, so I had to roll up the windows and the wraps, and I didn't realize my wife had the radio full blast. Um, what story would you put ahead of Bailey
All of them.
versus dude?
Now you're just being a hater.
It's no, it's not even a hater. Like that's partisan as fuck.
I don't care about Alexa Bliss anymore. I just don't.
This is the most I've cared about Alexa in 3 years. They should be grateful. They because this injection of Nikki Cross has made and the character gimmick change, whatever they've done, little tweak here they've done with Alexa. I
Is it though?
enjoy it. the coffee gimmick. That it makes for, to me, there is some good comedy here. There is some good promo stuff here in the back and forth. It's not anything spectacular. I'm not saying that Alexa's out here cutting hard time level promos because she's
She's cutting
not.
the same promos she's always cut. Catty promos.
It's just a little different. And
But
anything,
I think you guys are arguing two different points. This is the best story going into Stomping Grounds, or at least the best they've told on TV.
I don't
And
think it's
it,
the best, honestly, because it's the same crap we've been seeing with Alexa ever since she got to the main roster. We've
what
seen
do you
it
put it?
before with
What do
Mickey
you put
James.
ahead of it?
We've seen it with Nia Jax. It's the same freaking story.
What do you put
the
ahead of
thing
it?
is, yeah, first of all,
Literally
what do you
anything else.
now?
No, you can't
Now,
give a vague
Honestly,
answer like that.
I am more interested in heavy machinery than I am Alexa Bliss. I am more interested in Dolph Ziggler challenging for the WWE Championship in 2019. I am more invested in that over Alexa Bliss.
Okay, you can just get right the hell out.
We're
There's
help me
nothing
word.
in this Dolph Ziggler.
Dead air.
There.
No, I get Matt's point.
There.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm cool. You're out.
But continue.
But I think the question, like, this is the most invested story in that they've gone, excuse me, into leading into Stomping Grounds. Regardless of your feelings of Alexa Bliss or Bailey, either one, like they've actually told a story here where they haven't really done that with
This is
really any
this
of the other
story.
matches.
Yeah, there's more juice going into this story than they've done with anything else on this card, and they have also managed to make it feel different than the last time Bailey and Alexa feuded, because they actually
Kendo
let
stick.
Bailey. What?
I said kendo stick, sorry.
I know. Because at least this time they let Bailey put some bass in her voice and actually come at Alexa a bit.
Yeah.
And say some shit.
Bailey
Bailey
stepped
said
up
some
in
shit.
a promo. It
Bailey
wasn't
said
just
some shit
it
to
wasn't
Alexa.
just Alexa running Bailey down. Bailey stepped up and said, pretty much, nah, bitch. Like I'm champion for a reason.
And I mean, a lot of people, I was seeing the reaction to Bailey's promo on social media, and a lot of people were sitting there going, "There's some like real life in here." Like
Yeah.
they felt like Bailey was shooting from not shooting, but kind of going from the hip a little bit.
Anytime Alexa cuts promos like that, you're going to get the shooting comments. But I do agree that it wasn't a shoot, but it was. There was some realism there,
I mean, it felt personal, and
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 it
I feel like
worked.
and I feel like Bailey was channeling Sasha a bit there, because you know what Sasha would say if she was standing in front of Alexa.
I'll break your nose again, bitch.
And then you throw in this wild card. Sorry. Um,
Sir.
this extra ingredient that is Nikki Cross, and I think you're doing a disservice to Nikki Cross when you're saying that they are only running the same Mickey James, Nia Jax henchman story with Nikki, because I don't think that's what they're doing.
Neither do I.
I,
I give it
I
just a comforter.
Oh, does that mean you're going to bed?
Nope.
Oh,
It just means that match can go to bed.
oh. Well, you got to pick one or the other.
Do I?
Because you don't. You can push.
Don't literally push someone. We're just saying.
Then, well, that's a gambling term. You can push. You don't
Yeah,
have to pick. Just push.
Based on a novel Push by Sapphire.
Oh God, dang it! Why? Why?
Who are my choices again?
Bailey
Oh,
in Alexa versus Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship.
Alexa.
And that's where some of the fear starts to creep in.
Can you blame people?
No.
I want to hug.
understand
I want to
completely.
hug AA and kind of push her away at the same time. Like I love you, but not that much. Kind of like hold, embrace, and then like not that much.
I
It's just
can't believe
because I'm sick of Alexa Bliss, and I know I'm not the only one. I just want her to go away for several months because I'm just sick of her whole shit. I'm sick of her wrestling. I'm just sick of everything involving her. Like even Bailey,
Go away.
like yeah, they're booking her better. The problem is that it's 2 years too late. Maybe this happened a couple years ago. Maybe I would be a little bit more invested. But as it is, it's just like I don't know. For me, it's just a lost cause at this point. It's just too late for it now.
What other options
Just the
do
whole
they have
storyline,
though?
just the whole storyline on a base being around Alexa spreading rumors. Like, come on! Like, are you serious? What kind of divas crap is this? Just I hate everything about this storyline. Everything about it.
I think this is going to come out to be more about Nikki Cross than if I didn't already give my pick, it's going to be Bailey. I think this is going to come out being more about Nikki Cross than Alexa.
I think they have positioned Nikki the best here because you don't know Nikki's going to play a role. Just how her part influences the end of the match. Because Nikki on Monday was pissed as all hell at Bailey for costing her and Alexa the tag championships. And then on Tuesday, you see Nikki kind of start to feel conflicted again as Bailey and Alexa start to throw, barbs at each other. So in that's sort of this battle for the soul of Nikki Cross thing, and how is Nikki going to react? How is she going to play a part? I think adding Nikki Cross to this makes it feel fresh. I think the fact that they have yet to truly acknowledge the previous feud
Yeah,
also helps. They're basically retconning Bailey versus Alexa.
pretty
They're they're
much.
they're J.J. Abrams and Bailey and
Sir,
Alexa.
sir, get
They
out.
are.
I know they
Sorry, I had
are.
to they are
What
retconning.
what are the Iconics doing in Stomping Grounds?
Nothing. That would be a nothing, sir. They have to prepare for a match in Tokyo. Which, editor's note, last night we said Bailey, the Iconics, were facing the Kabuki Warriors for the tag straps in Tokyo. That is actually incorrect. I know, Matt Dog. I know you're upset.
Even my dog hates the storyline.
They're if they win, they're number one contenders.
They win in Tokyo. They're number one in contenders, and they'll probably have a match. I would guess at Extreme Rules.
I mean,
Well,
it doesn't
yeah.
have to happen, though. It really doesn't have to happen.
Just come to grips with the Iconics losing in Tokyo, and your life will be much easier.
Like seriously, like don't pent all
No,
this stuff up.
because
Like,
you see, Adam, you see,
oh sweet God.
The Kabuki
And,
Warriors are an undefeated team. And we all know what happens when undefeated teams step in the ring with the Iconics. They lose.
you know, Alexa and Nikki were not an undefeated team. They hadn't even really had a match.
Yeah,
They were technically undefeated.
The only people
sir.
who consider a team undefeated as 0-0 are
No.
soccer fans, okay? No. That was
Where's Craig when you need him?
exactly. But I'm going to pick
I
Bailey
believe they
here.
call it football over there, sir.
Well, I didn't want to confuse everyone. I'm going to pick Bailey here. I think they are, like I said, retconning Bailey versus Alexa to show Bailey getting the upper hand in some fashion. Nikki Cross will play a part in the finish. I'm interested to see what part she has to play, but I'm going to stand by my opinion on this one. This is the feud with the most juice going into it, coming into this pay per view, for as C level as pay per view as this is.
And I agree with that last part. I agree with both. Bailey wins, and this is the best feud going into stump something. What's it called again?
Stomping grounds, you know what it's called.
I know. Well, let's quickly transition to.
You want to talk about the wild card before we get to the G1?
Do we fucking have to?
Yes, we do.
We do. Because this past week, as we mentioned briefly last night, it got out of control. Between Raw and SmackDown on this week's iterations of the television shows, combined, there were 16 uses, I guess you can call, of what the WWE is labeled their wild card rule. Now, we have reached a point to where it's past laughable. It was just them not caring about the world they've set up, which they do a lot. Can anyone remember what the original rule with the wild card rule was?
I brought it up last night. 3.
3. So there would be 3 people from SmackDown who could show up on Raw, and 3 people from Raw who could show up on SmackDown. It wouldn't
They
be the
fucked it
same
up the very first night because 5 people showed up from SmackDown on Raw the very first night. So your 3 rule just went right out the window.
Okay, so they can't count.
And that's a problem if you're booking a wrestling show or a TV program, period.
I thought the wild card would be a playing card that's subject used for any other card in card games.
Sir, this is not Uno. Son of a bitch. Did you know you can't play a double Uno wild card on another? You can't play a +4 Uno on another +4 Uno.
Yes, that's what they said the rules are, but I don't know anybody who played the game that way.
And I'm not going to abide by those rules, and for those that don't get those that reference, the verified Uno account, so you cannot play a +4 wild on top of another +4 wild to make somebody draw a card. You can't do it. Like, fuck a bunch of that. I'm gonna keep playing how I've been playing it for 40 years.
Yeah, no one ever played that game the right way, apparently, so I don't care. But we have reached a point in this experiment to where the experiment is failed. The wild card rule has objectively failed. They're just now just letting people go from show to show willy nilly because they don't know what else to do. They are
The
lost.
problem is it's the same people.
That also hurts. Roman's is going both ways. Sorry, I don't know how that sounds. Roman's is on both show to show. Shane is on both shows. Um, Becky's been on both shows. Bailey's been on both shows. For a while there before Charlotte had to go deal with um, personal matters. And by the way, condolences again to
Yep.
Andrade. Um,
Now he lost his aunt too.
his aunt passed away.
In the same week,
And
lost his mom and his aunt. Same week.
yeah, then so Charlotte and Andrade will likely be gone for a little while. But more importantly, condolences to the family. That is rough.
Yeah.
But we've seen guys and girls go back and forth. Do you salvage the wild card by trying to kind of like come out on TV?
They are
put
women, sir. They are not girls. Hashtag SJW.
Sir,
Sorry.
sir,
Sorry.
sir,
Sorry. Sorry.
go fuck yourself.
What do you think I'm doing?
Sir,
My camera's not on.
sir,
Especially to help BlueChew.com.
oh my God.
God damn. God damn.
Do you try to salvage the wild card rule, or do you just show up one day on Monday and say forget it and act like it never happened?
My opinion, and I guess you're asking this for all the hosts. My opinion, is of two minds. Like, scrap that shit right away because it's not working. But at the same time, find out who's tuning in to what. But it's not working there either because it's the same people. I know, I get I grasp what they're trying to do of, since they're about to split networks. You're about to have Monday Night Raw on USA, and you're about to have SmackDown Friday Live on Fox. I get what they're trying to do, but good Lord, could you fuck it up any worse?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Why? Why torture me?
Because it's fun. Matt, I know you
Paperweight son of a
specifically.
bitch.
I know. Matt, I know you in the past have said you'd like for them to straight up end the brand split.
Yes.
Knowing that the realities of the situation when it comes to the television contracts, how do you fix the situation? Do you find a different way to get, other than the wild card rule, to kind of play with things, or do you? I mean, how do you fix this situation when it comes specifically to the wild card?
Just end the brand split. Simple as that.
Okay, but like I said,
Yeah,
knowing the
that's
realities of
yeah.
the situation,
The
being that.
reality of that situation is that's not going to work.
So for plan B, what do you have?
Oh,
Because
oh.
even though it is going to be on a different network, it's still technically going to be a WWE show. Fox is still going to be promoting a WWE show.
They're not going to. Who just the hell hollered in the background? Who is being held captive? No, Matt, was that your sister?
No, that
No.
was Savannah jumping down and accidentally jumped on Cassie's tail.
Oh, Savannah again. That's 2 nights in a row Savannah's made an appearance.
There's some
Savannah,
violence going on.
I, he's going to Rocky Mountain Pro tomorrow. Savannah, calm it down. Calm it down, Savannah.
I'm just, Allie, do you have a prescription for what ails the WWE when it comes to the wild card?
Run it run it through a trash compactor, just compact the whole thing into one little tiny bundle and then toss it to a goat. That's how you handle the wild card.
Just scrap it.
Like, are you saying goat? Like,
Like the actual farm animal.
okay, not all capitalized, like greatest of all time, Vince
No,
No, I
I'm
think she
McMahon.
literally
I'm
did
talking
that.
about the actual goat,
Okay.
the critter on 4 legs.
Bah.
Bah,
Actually, it's more ma than a ba.
Well,
ma'am, ma'am, ma'am.
Ba, ba,
And
ba, ba.
don't.
I'm
Oh
loving it.
God, oh God, please, 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 no. Um,
I think, personally, I still think there's value to something like a brand split because I think there are creative ways to make that work. But of course, I don't think WWE is interested in those things. So maybe I'm just holding on to an idea that'll never be.
see that
Um,
that's where I disagree with you. Is they made it work for from 2016 until now of an actual brand split until it became Survivor Series time and brand versus brand, blah blah blah. But
but
it worked. It actually worked this time. It didn't work previously. But
I still believe the only time the brand split ever worked was the first time. And that's because they truly treated it like two separate shows. In 2016, they were still blurring the line.
how many people? Okay, honest question. Um, and I hate using the word casuals, but how many people still think, regardless of a brand split and what we see weekly on TV, how many people still think SmackDown is a Raw recap, regardless of a brand, because that's what it used to be.
I think there is still some truth to that statement. Not 100%, but some weeks it does feel like a raw recap.
And how many people? Again, this is all hypothetical. Um, Raw ratings. This isn't hypothetical. Raw ratings still with the brand split reflect upon SmackDown ratings. That's
Yeah,
just uh, uh, numbers don't lie.
And they
Not.
spell and they spell disaster for you at
I
sacrifice.
was I was about to say. I'm not trying to pull a Steiner here, but numbers don't lie.
you see,
Um,
you see, Knox.
son of, please don't,
Hailing from
please,
Dunkin' Donuts.
please,
Hailing
please.
from the great state of obesity, Team 3D.
Oh God, and I know when I set myself up for shit, so I'll take it.
Come on,
Uh,
Taco, get my bags! Get my bags!
you sound like an angry elf.
Oh God, that's great. You're right. The numbers bear out. They're telling the story. And for as good as I think a lot of people feel like Raw and SmackDown were this week, the numbers didn't truly reflect that improvement, at least in the
Uh,
quality of the show.
uh, well, the numbers actually, just by numbers, Raw was up, SmackDown was down. Believe it or not, and
And one way to get even more up, go to bluechew.com.
Damn it. Damn you.
they're gonna have to become sponsors. If I mean, we're not gonna have a choice if Matt keeps bringing them up so much. We're not gonna have a choice.
No, we're not. But I think consistent programming would help that number. If next week we get 2 good shows, in the following week and we're going into Extreme Rules and we're raving about, hey, you know what? The product has been pretty good the last month.
See,
Then I think
and therein lies the problem.
they don't know what consistency means.
Nope. And this was the go home show, and just let's stick to Raw because, quote unquote, that's the A show.
Yes.
Numbers were up. The first to third
If
hour drop was good
if
grief.
if Ambrose Alley was on Raw, would it make it the AA show?
Oh,
Sir,
oh,
sir,
God. Oh,
sir,
God.
sir. You can mute yourself.
You've been doing, first of all, you've been doing this show this long and you only made that joke now. Second,
Maybe I was waiting for the right time.
no, stop.
Fuck any point I was trying to make. Like, damn it, Matt. Like, literally, I say that daily anymore. Of fucking Matthew. Damn it, Matt. Like any try. I just give up
The
anymore.
first to third hour drop was okay ish. Um, the problem is, and this is kind of why we're complaining about the wild card rule. If you're not having consistency in the rules that you set up, the overall consistency of your product suffers.
Yes, and that's what I was trying to get to. And mm, I begrudgingly say this. Actually, I don't have to do that because it was somebody else that pointed out. Um, Consistency is where it's at. Okay, this show was good. Do it again next week. But at the same time, you have to. This was the go home show for Stomping Grounds. Will the Fallout show next Monday be as good? That isn't that kind of what we're all asking for in any of our wrestling is be consistent.
If you could at least, it's that old saying in sports, mommy
It's
and
a
your
yes or no
mom.
or question
Well, no, you're right. Yes, that is what we're asking for.
because you're
But
about to go all Cleveland Browns on me about some bullshit.
shut up. What's that old saying in sports, Max? If you're going to make a bad call, at least be consistent with making a bad call.
Yeah, you
If
you
you're
ru-
going to fuck me, at least
you
fuck
go
me
with it,
consistent.
sir,
You know,
sir, sir.
if
Sponsored
you're
by
gonna,
BlueChew.com because I know it's coming.
it, it's like when you're a pitcher and you keep throwing the ball in the same spot, and the umpire is calling a
Sir,
ball.
God damn.
Stop it! Stop it! And the umpire keeps saying that's a ball, but for the opposing pitcher, he locates it in roughly the same area, and it's a strike. You're not being consistent, which overall affects the flow of the game.
Complete side note, wasn't in Ohio that a 13-year-old umpiring a 7-year-old youth league
Yeah,
get beat up
I think it was. Yeah.
by parent? Yeah, fuck you,
Yeah.
Ohio.
Well, I mean, sir, yeah, it ain't great, but at least it isn't Florida.
See, we can agree on something. Like
Um,
Texas isn't the best. I think it is. Ohio's not the best. You think it is. But
uh,
we can agree on one thing. At least we're
at
not
least it isn't
Florida.
Florida. Yeah. At least we're not Canada, too, while we're at it.
Sir, that's an entire country. We have, sir, we, don't throw country. We're getting a lot of viewers and listeners and friends, which all the viewers,
That
listeners
was
are our
mostly a
friends.
shot.
But don't
That,
throw an entire
was-
country under the bus, sir.
that was mostly a shot at 5 and BA. So, uh, it, But that's really where at the crux of the entire wild card topic is they're not being consistent, and when you're not consistent, it affects what you're doing. Oh,
Absolutely. I mean that.
and
Just look at it. And I don't mean to like over inject into a conversation or speak over or talk too much.
right,
Um, but that's in any business sense of if you're gonna try to do and this goes to like if you're working at Taco Bell or a fast food place or if you're working at a Dunder Mifflin, you you don't if keep laughing. I'll wait.
I can't believe you said Dunder Mifflin.
Well,
Okay, continue.
there's just like last night, the lines. There's a line of how you go about things. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes you can be Michael Scott and start your own paper company in the basement, and they end up buying you out and rehiring you to work for Dunder Mifflin. Most times it doesn't. You have to be real careful when you're doing these things of we're gonna we're gonna try to attract customers, let's just call or consumers. You have to
Yes,
be real careful in that aspect. Um, and through some shady means, kind of shady means, Michael Scott got some consumers. He got people leaving Dunder Mifflin to come to Michael Scott Paper Company,
are you
and
proud of
that
these
were
references?
no, I'm just stating facts, sir. And that got Dunder Mifflin's attention. It, now I'm kind of proud of myself. You just can't willy nilly just say all of a sudden we're gonna do this and on commentary provide the rules of how this is gonna work and instantly fuck that up. You just can't do that.
Commentary is useless in these situations because you know they're getting fed things, and then they immediately trash what they've been. So you leave commentary, and alerts like, "Well, fuck, why did I say that?" By the way, and because there was a little bit of a thing on social media, there was a thing on the forums, and I just want to bring it up. You want to bring back some viewers? Keep letting Bailey wear blue jeans. That's all I'm going to
Sir.
say. That
Sir.
took over social media for like 30 seconds.
Sir.
Hey, she looked
We are
fantastic.
not a PG show by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm being
But sir,
complimentary. I'm being complimentary. She looked great. Um,
she always does.
yes. By the way, I heard apparently some people were calling Bailey ugly. If I ever see someone do that or hear someone say that in the vicinity of myself, I'm going to punch you in the face. Don't ever say that because that ain't cool and it's objectively false. Um,
I didn't hear what you said. People were calling her, and I'm
ugly.
probably
People
oh.
were calling Bailey ugly. That's 2019 for you.
Mm.
But we can
So
actually
um,
move.
an overall, I know AA's opinion. Um, Matt Rice, like anybody looking forward to Stomping Ground Like, can't wait to see.
No.
Nope.
Matt.
Not really.
Uh,
I'm at the point I'm not sure if I can watch it again from last night's podcast with things going on, but if things if stars align, like I will put it on. Shut the! I swear to fuck if I hear a Blue Chew reference,
Wait, what are you saying?
sir,
don't,
sir.
don't repeat yourself. Just move right along, Ma.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Um, it will be on my TV. Just because it's what we do. But that depends on I'm not like before hospital stays and stuff. We've watched it in the hospital, like WrestleManias and other. This one,
Well, I
if
mean, if it lasts more than 4 hours, I mean,
Damn
sir,
it.
it's like
sir,
bluechew.com.
Well, I will say this. If Stomping Grounds does last for more than 4 hours, consult somebody because we've got a problem.
oh, we have a problem already.
So we will actually end our podcast this evening with conversation about
Oh,
the upcoming G1 climax.
Did you say
right after a fucking Blue Chew joke. Right after you couldn't just say G1. You had to include climax. Seriously,
Because I
sir.
called it G1 in the other podcast the other week, and you made me put the word climax in. So it's your fault.
You didn't have to this time because Matt's on a roll.
Um, the blocks were announced earlier this past week, uh, and
blocks of cheese?
yes, Matt, blocks of cheese. Um, so first, we'll give you guys the rundowns of the blocks if you haven't yet heard. In Block A, it's Lance Archer, Evil, Bad Luck Fale, Kota Ibushi, Kenta, the artist now reknown as Kenta, formerly Hideo Itami, Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr., Sonata, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. And in Block B, it is Jeff Cobb, Haruki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, the recently debuted John Moxley. More on that later. Tetsuya Naito, Juice Robinson, Taichi, Shingo Takagi, Jay White, and Toru Yano. And the very first
Just
night of the
just let me
G1.
know when to go. Just let me know when to go.
You're on the on deck circle. I'll let you know that right now. The first night of the G1 actually will be taking place in Dallas, Texas. Um,
At the American Airlines Center.
at
Get
the
your words
American
out.
Airlines. Sorry, my stuff was getting weird. Um,
Well, when doesn't it?
right. And there was initial thought that John Moxley would be in for the Dallas show to kind of sell tickets, get people excited, and um, ready to kick the show off, basically.
For those
Uh,
that don't know, when sorry to cut you off. When the A block is having their tournament matches, the B block is having their tag team matches and whatnot. Continue. The
Uh,
undercard, whatever card it is. If the A block is doing their block, the B block does multi-man matches, which that's what New Japan does. If it's B block doing their tournament, then it's A block doing multi-man matches. But go ahead.
yes, and going to quickly get that. So for the D1 Climax 29, which is the official title, it's July 6th to August 12th. The July 6th is where the opening is the Dallas show,
Day
and
one.
So
day
they
one.
climaxed 29 times. Thanks to
Oh
BlueChew.com.
God,
God
son of
damn.
a! I hate you. I hate you on so many levels.
I'm just like AA didn't even laugh at that one.
It ain't right. It ain't right, man. But in our very
AA,
own,
my AA, you with us?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't laugh
our
because that was actually his best one of the night, and even you didn't laugh.
um, Prince Moxley Lopez, our intrepid host, and in this case will be our intrepid reporter um, at the Dallas event, was hoping John Moxley would be involved. However, this past Monday, it was let known that Moxley would not be in Dallas, and the reason being that AEW pulled Moxley from the Dallas card because, according to AEW, John Moxley is free to perform for New Japan as long as it is in Japan. He cannot
No,
perform for the company
uh,
here in the United States.
it wasn't specifically Japan; it was overseas. He can't.
Overseas,
Okay.
which is where they basically run, but yeah,
Yeah.
they do other overseas. They're doing an Australia card, but yes. Um,
I just wanted to clarify that it
yeah.
was. He can work shows that are not in the continental United States or even Alaska or Hawaii, stuff like that. Do
So
they
before I
count
get to
anymore?
Alaska and Hawaii, no. So before I get to the actual A block card, I do want to give this opportunity for Mox to give his thoughts on John Moxley being pulled from the American Airlines Arena, Dallas, Texas. Mox,
Okay.
you have the
You
floor.
have the floor, sir.
AA, did you add Mox Might Rant in the title?
Yes.
Okay. My rant is going to be more about fans and Twitter and stuff like that than it is the actual um, Moxley is not. Um, I guess I have to start with I'm going to the Dallas show. Like I'm going to be there live. My rant's going to start with for months hearing AEW or AEW would never be petty. AEW AEW would never do anything like WWE. They would never do and just yada yada yada. Guess fucking what? AEW and John Moxley's contract says he cannot work US shows, televised shows. And all I've heard from fans from the because this is a big thing of the AEW versus WWE nonsense. Like, why can we not just enjoy wrestling together and enjoy? Why can we not just enjoy what we enjoy? All I've heard is AEW will never do what WWE does. They won't be petty. They won't do this. They won't do that. They literally just pulled John Moxley off the card because in his contract, he cannot work in the United States on a televised show, so he's not going to be there July 6th in Dallas, the show I'm going to. So for all the fans that want to make the AEW the second coming of Christ, if you will, and the gonna slaughter WWE and specifically the AEW would never. They fucking did. They pulled the exact shit that you shit on WWE for. No, we're not going to allow that. They specifically did a WWE move that you have spent the last 6 months saying they wouldn't do. They did. They did
It's
it.
and you know what? I want to, and the point of that also being, they're well within their right to do so. The
Absolutely. But
the
you can't
problem is the
spend six
scandal.
months calling fucking WWE or years calling WWE petty. They're petty bitches. They're petty. Vince is petty. WWE's petty. They won't allow this. They fuck WWE. AEW's our savior. AEW just did the same thing you bitched about from WWE for years.
Mhm.
My point isn't I'm not going to see John Moxley live. That's not my point. My point is, guess what? You don't know how things work. You don't know the wrestling business and contracts and stuff. And everybody wants to be informer and source and I'm getting up there in my sources. But that was a joke.
Mhm.
Everybody that came AEW would never ever they just fucking did.
Yeah, but at least you're getting a pretty damn good card. It looks like.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
the card is stacked. Don't get me wrong.
uh, the G1 matches specifically for Dallas show are as
Um
follows.
the B block will be the undercard tag matches. The A block
Yeah,
that I will see, which I am, and this is where I've got to say, like I'm not mad about, because holy shit, it's going to be fun as hell. I'm mad about the fans that are saying that AEW would never ever,
right.
and that
Uh,
they just did. So
so the
Mox,
matches for the
Moxley
G1. Go ahead.
for the show, I'm going to go at. My thing was more of not the card because I'm still going to enjoy the shit out of
Yeah,
the card. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
Okay, the
Um,
matches and this doesn't include the
the
multi-man
tag match.
matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just
Um,
the actual A block card. I'm going
yes.
to see Sonata
Um,
versus Zack Saber Jr.
yep. As well
Fun.
as
I'm not a Saber fan like a lot of people. Matt Share has a lot to say.
disagree. Yes.
I get to see Evil versus Bad Luck Fowler. Eh, let's go Evil.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
match I'm looking for the least. Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. Not because I
Sir,
don't.
sir.
Sir,
Osprey is the best of the Super Juniors.
sir. Like you can see me, I'm giving a zero with my thumb and index finger. I Osprey's a dick. I don't like him. Lance Archer is kind of middle ground for me. But then we get to two matches like, holy shit, I get to see this happen in person. We get Kota Ibushi versus Kenta, formerly known as Hideo Itami. Dude, fuck yes. I'm here for that. Like,
That'll be amazing.
that's.
I hope that's amazing. I hope Kenta is physically ready for the D1 and starting out with this to land on your head, Kota Ibushi. I mean, I hope that both guys are healthy coming into that match.
The I just have a problem with Ibushi. The last, well, for about a year now. Like the bumps he takes, dude. Like, don't
Yeah.
quit taking those bumps.
And dude, here's in the last match here, and I want to just type it up before you actually give it, even though people can kind of probably figure it out. Um, you're going to see this generation's. I laughed when I initially heard it described as this, but seeing it happen, the matches happen, and when I
In
look around the
person.
rest of
In
the
fucking person. I'm
in
like
person,
right there. Like,
uh,
if somebody slapped somebody hard enough, their sweat would land on me.
right. Um, when I look around and I think of wrestling rivalries in the modern era, there aren't a lot that I can hold up and say this was a real rivalry. It felt real. I mean, they had great matches, and it was on an insane level. Um, but when I heard Jim Ross call this the Flair Steamboat of our time, or the Rock Austin of our time, this new generation, or the Briscoe Funk of this era, I laugh. But now that I have had time to see them work and really look around the wrestling landscape, it is. You're going to see Okada versus Tanahashi live and in person.
Holy fuck.
You're going to see Okada versus Tanahashi in the G1.
Which means something.
Yeah.
It's not just a rent. Excuse me. It's not just a random match. Like, you get. Excuse me again. It's not just like a random match. You get a point for the win. And you move up the G1. Holy fuck, I get to see Tanahashi versus Okada, which will probably main event. I'm I'm stoked.
I mean, the only way this could be better is if you were seeing it in the Tokyo Dome.
Sir.
It is. It's true. The only way this could be better is if you were seeing it in the Tokyo Dome. That's it. It'd be like seeing Flair and Steamboat in the Greensboro Coliseum. I mean,
You're not completely wrong. And when they announced on Kate's side that Moxley wasn't, like, admittedly, I'm upset that the Moxley thing. But I went into detail of how I get a Bushi versus Kenta. And later, July 29th, I get Mox versus Ishii. And I get Okada versus Tanahashi.
mm-hmm.
Like, dude, like,
You're also going to, when you think about the blocks, and some of the matchups we're getting here, just as the tournament rolls on, um, I think Juice Robinson versus Shingo Takagi is going to be really good. Ishii versus
eh,
It has
Fuck.
potential to be really good. I know you don't like Juice.
Nah.
I'm higher than you.
Ishii
Ishii versus
versus Jeff Cobb. Holy fuck! I'm there for that.
later on down the road, you're gonna get a Kenta versus Tanahashi. You're gonna get Moxley versus Jeff Cobb. You're gonna get um, let's see what else we got coming down the way here.
But don't let to the point. You don't have to run down the entire because it's a long list. My thing being like, I really wanted John Moxley to show up. I know it'd be like in a multi-man match of some kind, as the B block, while the A block does the tournament. And yeah, I was pissed when it was announced that nope, can't do it, can't do it on U.S. soil. Sorry, I was pissed about that. Um, I'm not. I'm still happy. Like I'm kind of the only two things I would switch. Well, I get to see Sonata, so even though it's against Zack Sabre Jr., who bores the fuck out of me, and Will Ospreay, who can just fuck right off. Other than that,
who? How was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
oh shit.
Okay, so since we are in G1 season, we have to make predictions. So.
Oh shit. Oh, do we really? Off the top of my head.
By looking at the blocks, I know we have the full card laid, all the matches laid out, and then, but just who are your block A finalists?
My finals are Naito versus Tanahashi. Are my finals.
That's your finals?
Yep.
Man, I don't know. Something smells rather ishy around here.
Oh god.
I think not. For those that don't keep up, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you say.
For those that don't keep up with the G1 Climax, whoever wins the G1 Climax goes on to be headlining. It's basically like Royal Rumble, just different. Headlines Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP Championship, and I think actually I'll retract Naito versus Ibushi.
Okay. Let me just first. Who are your block A finalists? Who are the two facing for the block A title?
Ibushi versus because they will not fucking leave him out of shit. Ibushi versus Will Ospreay is my block A finals.
And who's your block B?
Naito and shit. Who do you put him up? Moxley's not making it to the finals. I don't see that happening. So Naito. I don't see Ishii come. Surely not Yano. You know, I still think Taichi gets taken out and Suzuki replaces him. That's neither here nor there. So Naito and again another. Why are they pushing him? Juice Robinson.
Matt, do you have block A finalists, block B finalists?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really know how the G1 Climax really works, to be honest.
So how it
I'm
works
assuming the A block and B block finalists meet in the final match.
Yes.
Yes.
The people in A block all wrestle each other over the course. The tournament runs from July 6th to August 12th. And over the course of the tournament, the people in the A block wrestle each other in singles matches, and whoever wins gets a point. And the same thing happens on the B block side, and they all wrestle each other, and and it comes down to the two highest people in the A block wrestle to determine who wins that block, and the two highest
Based on the points.
based on the points. Same thing happens in B block, and then those two people wrestle each other to determine who wins the G1 as a whole.
And then go ahead and explain what winning the G1 climax means to the G1 climax
Winning,
winner.
and if you win the G1, you are granted an opportunity, a title opportunity. They technically
You
say
fuck
title
you,
opportunity.
WWE.
They technically say against the champion of your choice, but it generally means the person who wins the G1 challenges for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at the following Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes, you're main eventing their WrestleMania. That's why I said I related it to Royal Rumble. You win the
Yeah,
G1 climax, you're main eventing
you're in the main
WrestleMania.
event.
Yeah.
Yes. So, do you have an A block finalist, B block finalist?
So I think the A block finalist is going to be Ibushi. And block B, I'm actually going to go with John Moxley. And I think Ibushi ends up winning the whole enchilada.
You think
Allie, I
about
would
what? I'm
go.
sorry, and I don't mean and because and I feel so bad, and I've told her this in person. We seldom come to Allie. What were your picks again for A block and B block? Ibushi versus Moxley.
Yes. And I think Ibushi wins the entire thing.
Okay.
I think the A block finalists.
Well, you were asking a question.
Yes,
Yep.
you're right. Allie, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Do you watch much New Japan?
No, I don't.
Do you want to walk out on a limb and pick finalists?
Nope, because I don't know. Because I don't really know who's in New Japan.
Okay.
Moxley's going to be in it.
If she could, she'd pick Moxley to win the whole damn thing.
That's right.
My A block finalists are. I think Mox is right. They're going to want to run Will Ospreay in that final match in A block, and I think
Block.
he's going to.
Go ahead.
And I think they're going. They're going to. The A block when A block will be contested between Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada, and I think and I think Okada and I think no, I think Ospreay's going to beat Okada to take A block, and in B
Oh,
block,
you're picking Osprey to win A block.
yes,
Ooh, that's a bold
over
strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
over Okada,
I don't
and
know
in
why
B,
the fuck New Japan pushes him. Mm.
block, I think you're going to see Naito versus Jay White, and Naito goes over to have Osprey versus Naito for the G1, and I think Naito wins.
I know worded good there. But we, I'm not your semifinals, but I know. And Nato will finally get his win at Wrestle Kingdom next year.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think they're going to want to have Naito win the G1 so he can have that big crown. That's a crowning moment that should have happened maybe a couple of years ago.
I said
Uh,
that in the daily just yesterday, or the day before, like that should have happened. It's become such a like well, this should have happened, and like for so long, like Nato should have had his crowning moment against Omega or mm,
yeah,
somebody. Yeah,
yeah. But I think that's how the G1's going to play out. I think you're going to see Naito win the G1 this year. Um, but for the
but
most
this
part,
time he actually wins at Wrestle
yeah,
Kingdom.
yes, I would have to predict Naito winning the belt off of Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. And I will also go on another limb here. At some point during the G1, probably during the G1 finals show, is where you'll see John Moxley drop the U.S. title. Because now that we know Moxley can't work stateside, there's no point in having him hold that belt.
Oh yeah, there's gonna come a time. I don't know if it's gonna be show. Um, hopefully not yo. And now we're
Um,
speaking gibberish to Matt knows some of the wrestlers' names. Now we're speaking gibberish to AA. Yeah, he's got to drop before the tournament ends. He's got to put it on the line and drop it to somebody, but who? I wouldn't mind. Yano. You know.
I, th- I think if that would speak a lot to how they start to feel about this U.S. title stuff and the expansion if they do put it on Yano. I could see them maybe putting it on a guy like
Jeff Cobb.
Saber or Jeff Cobb.
I'm
Yeah, that,
in New Japan. I'm so again. I'm reiterating myself, but um, Z. I know I can't remember all the letters of how to say it for the day. Saber Jr. and Will Ospreay do nothing for me, and I get that they're Asian and attract that audience. They just don't do anything for me. Will Ospreay can fuck right the fuck off.
I
Uh,
enjoy Saber's work more than I do Osprey's. But that's because Saber works a lot in that same style of Suzuki and a lot in
yeah,
that same style of Katsuyori Shibata, which I just love because of
no,
the realness of their work.
the catch me if you can thing.
Yep, the
Yeah,
catch wrestling. Yeah,
but they uh,
I mean they're both. I mean, if we're being honest, I mean I'll be honest. Saber and Osprey
they're
have all
not
the
bad.
personality.
I'm not trying to say they're
They have all the
bad.
personality of wet dish rags. Don't get me wrong, but I can see why they're take it or leave it for people.
I just
Um,
Will Ospreay's more of a personal thing. Zaber is more of a in ring,
style
just
stuff.
sport. Yeah, just bores the shit out of me.
Uh, it takes a real smart person to make his kind of matches work, and I give him credit for being that smart person because he does find ways to get the crowd involved in what is essentially grapple fucking.
Pretty much.
People
Yeah,
call
he does do that to his credit. Will Ospreay, on
so.
the other hand, can just fuck right
Yeah.
off.
I like your shout of John Moxley dropping it to Jeff Cobb. I think that would be a good something that might happen. It would make Jeff Cobb mean something instantaneously.
Hey, you remember Jeff Cobb, don't you?
Yes, I know. Excuse me. Yes, I know Jake.
Whoa.
What was his name? Pop quiz, hotshot.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
And
Matanza.
Lucha Underground.
He's Matanza.
Yes. And,
God, is he
it seemed like you had a froggy in your throat.
Yeah, I still do.
well, quit eating frogs? Hello.
So that basically is our show. Unless there's something you guys wanted to comment on.
Sir, you do not have the authority to end the show. That's up
I'm
to yeah, just I'm just
Ollie.
messing.
Is there anything else you would like to
Um
comment on?
Well, I will be going to see our Rocky Mountain Pros Ignition and Charge tomorrow night.
What's going on in RMP?
Well, their general manager, Austin Reddick, is he's doing a great job. But what I can't wait for is Milestone 9, which is happening June 30th, which I am going to. I have the ticket. I can't wait. It's RMP's WrestleMania or their Wrestle Kingdom.
I've got a ticket. I've got a ticket.
I've got a ticket to it. It's going to have a tag team match of Al Snow and Head versus Kip Rascal and Butterscotch.
Oh Lord, you guys tune into that match. Guys, like please. It's free on Twitch. Like
It'll be on Twitch. And for the Lockettes Championship, it's going to be the Duchess from Down Under, Simone Lockhart, taking on Abaddon in a dog collar match.
oh Lord.
And then Marty the Moth is going to be there to take on Chongo for the Twitch Championship.
Chongo don't tweet.
No, but Chongo does Facebook. Um, so there's going to be some heck of a matches at Milestone 9.
like you said, this is their big show of the year.
Yep. This is their WrestleMania.
Nice. You can watch it live for free on Twitch, or if you're listening to us from like the United Kingdom or anything like that, you can find them on your local channels.
They've gone back to Fight TV, FITE.
Yes.
So you can find them on Fight TV. But you get exclusive, if you watch them on Twitch, you get exclusive footage because Twitch doesn't have commercials.
Yeah, you get when the TV goes to commercial, yeah, you get some
You get to see the
uh
action still going.
the action's still going and some behind the scenes stuff, if you will.
Yes,
That
it's
does that
going to
doesn't
be good.
air.
They're gearing up. They are gearing up for Milestone 9. They've done this for 9 years.
Shout out to Mercury Yaden, Matt Yaden, close friend of ours. Like shout out that he's
I'm just not sure who the tag dudes are going to be going up against for their championship at Milestone 9.
well. That sounds like WWE booking going into stopping grounds. So it works.
Well, see, Matt, he's been out of wrestling because he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
read
been
about
out
that.
for a while.
they'll figure something out, and it will be interesting. Unlike another promotion that they just randomly do stuff.
But that's all I've got
Anybody?
to say about RMP.
RMP, RMP, RMP.
But yes, I am going to go tomorrow night. I'm taking a friend with me. I've got him addicted to RMP.
Oh, you and I need to have a conversation after the podcast. You said, I tried getting tickets to before the July 6th show. July 5th, they won't even let Moxley show up for the meet and greet stuff. But I'm going to try to be there as well. I'm working on all the details. Anybody else? Matt, where are you at on the Iconics or Becky or?
Well, the Iconics they've been busy being the greatest women's tag team champions of all time. Not even just the women's tag team champions, just the greatest tag team of all time.
I'll put them up against Head and Butterscotch.
I'm not participating in this, Beckham. Rice, where you at?
I'm right here.
In your voice, you're like, unfortunately, I'm still here.
But I will say a little piece of news broke. Matt put it in the headquarters earlier today about one of the promotions we talked about on last night's show. As I suspected would happen, Tony Schiavone is coming back to Major League Wrestling to commentate, which is moving Jim Cornette to the side.
The greatest day in the history of our sport.
The greatest comeback in the history of our sport.
You guys.
I knew this would probably happen because Tony has other engagements outside of MLW. For those who aren't aware, he calls college baseball for the University of Alabama. And
Because
now,
he fucking sucks. Sorry. That's
that
my hatred towards Alabama. That's neither here nor there.
Sweet home Alabama.
No,
God.
no, stop it. So excited to have Tony come back. Not to say not going to say Jim Cornette did a bad job or anything. It's just Tony is a more traditional play-by-play guy, and whereas Corny is a more traditional color guy. And
you realize nobody listens to you when you talk because you have Tegan Knox blowing like.
I know that was kind of half the point. Yeah,
Well,
I know you're not.
Cornette, honestly, he wouldn't be that bad if he was a heel color commentator. He's not really.
Here's the thing. I'm done on the heel color commentator. I've had my fill. Lawler towards the end was atrocious. And Corey Graves, for some reason, has picked right back up on the I'm going to be obnoxious for no fucking reason. I'm done with heel color commentators. The Cornette actually being there to help along the product, to explain things, and give reasoning behind it has been more than welcoming.
Just like your Tegan Knox avatar change has been more than welcomed with open arms.
Sir, hands where I can see them.
Give me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, take us out. Take us out, please. Please take us out.
Okay. Well, where can they find you, Adam?
You guys can find me at PWFans01 on Twitter and at Cage Side Seats, SB Nation's professional wrestling blog, in the daily and in the nightly.
And what about you, Metal Matt?
We can find me on Twitter at MemMat15 and on KZ6 on the daily and the nightly, where I am currently doing a Clash of the Champions retrospective. So that should be interesting. And this Friday, hopefully, me and Angel will be taking a look at SmackDown vs. Raw as well as Taboo Tuesday 2004 on Virtuous Aggression Era podcast. And I actually have something to tell you, Moxie, about my special guest. He was actually going to ask for a link last night.
No
Who?
linking for him.
Who?
Angel.
Angel.
I sent him a link. He said he was too sick. Are you talking about for? Okay. You can find me at Fireman6809 on Twitter. Find me on Twitch at Mox_VWP on Twitch. And that about does that. Love you guys. Thanks for listening.
I think we should have one next week. We need a top 5 on VWP.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, we need a top 5.
Well, I guess if that is all, Miss Allie, take us out.
Good night, everybody. If I can get my mouse to work.
Yeah.